And straighten out your knees. Take a break. Nice. I'm gonna bend the knees again. Gonna lift up the right heel. Lifting up the right heel. The right knee is a little bit higher than the left knee. Gonna bounce the hips here. A little bit lower. Little bit lower. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Gonna switch the heel. So drop your right heel. Gonna lift up the left heel. Gonna bounce a little bit lower for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop your left heel. Now inhale, gonna circle your arms up and straighten out the legs. Exhale, bring your hands heart center. Beautiful. Keep the hands the same. Gonna bend the knees. Gonna bounce the hips here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Gonna lift up the right heel and lower the hips a little bit down for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch the heel. Drop the right heel, lift up the left heel. The bounce here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop the left heel. Breathe and hold here for 3, 2, 1. Inhale, circle your arms up all the way, gaze toward the ceiling. Exhale, bring your hands heart center. Beautiful. Have a little bit of water. That's our warm up. So we're gonna go for our strengthening. So with our strengthening, I want you to watch me first. So first one, we're gonna start with on the floor. So have your hands pointing toward the hips and inhale, pointing the crossover. So the opposite side and without lowering your hips. So we're gonna do 8 here and then we're gonna flip around, come to your high plank. So in your high plank, we're gonna just bend the knees. So 8 counts here. After this, going to come to a standing pose with elbows 90 degrees and opposite side. With the opposite side here, only bend the knee 90 degrees. You don't need to lift up the knee so high, so keep that elbow straight, 90 degrees angle. So this is our third move. And the last move, the fourth one, we're gonna come to a squat with the heels open and lifted, knees open. I'm gonna just bounce the knees up and down. So 4 moves. We're gonna do about 5 of them at least. So when you're ready, we're gonna come to ourselves on the floor. So we're gonna do 8 of this. Have the left heel lifted, pointing your right hand toward it. Let's go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now gonna flip yourself around. Come to your high plank. And in your high plank, going to go for 8. Knees bent. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Have yourself standing. The third movement. Have the elbows 90 degrees. Left knee up, cross over to the right elbow and switch. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The fourth movement, I'm going to have the knees lifted, heels lifted. Just going to drop the heels, drop the knees for 8, 9, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Come to our first movement, onto the floor. Keep the hips up. Let's go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Flip yourself around the other side. So you are rolling around the right. Let's switch to the left. So high plank. Bend the knees for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come to your standing. The third pose. Elbows 90 degrees. Knees lifted. Let's go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The fourth pose. Have the arms straight. Knees lifted. Heels lifted. Bounce the knees. Knees and heels up and down. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go back to the first pose. Hips lifted. Let's pointing the hand toward the toes. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Flip yourself around to high plank. Knees bent. Let's go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come to your standing. Standing pose. Elbows 90 degrees. Knees lifted. Go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The next standing pose. Arms straight, knees out, knees bent, heels lifted. Let's bounce the knees and heels. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go back to our first move. Get yourself ready. Let's go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Flip yourself around. High plank. Let's go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come to your standing. Elbows 90 degrees. Let's switch for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You guys are doing great. Let's bend the knees. Knees lifted, heels lifted. Bounce them for 8, 7, 6, up and down for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go back to our first pose. You can do it. Let's go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Flip yourself around. Come to a high plank. Let's bend the knees. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come to your standing. Elbows straight. Elbows 90 degrees. Let's go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's come to the fourth pose. And knees bent, heels lifted. Let's bounce them for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's take a break. After this, we're going to do 5 more. How's everyone doing? Good? Good job keeping it up. Good job. You guys are doing amazing. So one thing, when I see some of you guys doing the knees bouncing, so you want to open the knees a little bit wider. And you're just dropping your heels up and down. So your knees are bouncing as well. So you're not focusing on the knees, but focus on the heels. Okay, so this is the key point. And another key point is the elbows one. You want to have the elbows open. So you don't want to just to reach the elbow to the knee and then shorten the distance of your elbow. You want to keep the elbows as open as you can, and you don't have to touch the elbow to the knee. You're just reaching to it. So not changing the position of your elbows, just have the intention of pointing. Okay? And then for the key points of our reverse crab, so you're trying to stabilize the hips. You're not bouncing and wobbling too much with your hips. Your hips are trying to be stabilized. Okay, so those are some key points. And with your high plank, you want to keep your hips low. So your shoulders, see my shoulders are on top of my wrist, okay? So you don't want to bring the shoulder here, and you don't want to bring your shoulders too much forward. And then just bend the knees. Okay, let's start with our next round. Let's start with the first pose. Come to be on your floor, on your mat. Let's go for 8, 7, 6, 5. Hips lifted. Yan Hong, your hips need to be lifted. So, yeah, hips need to be off the floor. 2 more. And now let's flip around. From here, I'm gonna flip around, come to your high plank. And let's go for 8. Bend the knees. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's come to a standing. Elbows bend 90 degrees. Let's reach the elbow toward the knee. Let's go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And let's come to our fourth pose. Knees open, arms open. Let's lift up the heels and heels up and down. Let's go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Let's go for the first pose. Come to be on your mat. Let's lift up the hips. So I want to see your hips lifted first. Beautiful. And let's lift up the heel, pointing the hands. 8. I'm going to count a little bit slower. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's flip around. Flip on the other side. High plank. Let's go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, come to your standing. Elbows 90 degrees. Lift up the knees. Let's go for 8. Counting a little bit slower. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Last pose here. The 4th pose. Open the knees a little bit wider. Bend the knees. Lift up the heels first. Arms open. Let's bounce the heels. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go back to the first pose. We have about 20 people. Keep it up, everyone. Let's lift up the hips first. Beautiful. Let's pointing. Cross over. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's flip around. Come to your high plank. Your high plank, let's go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's come to a standing. Doing a good job, everyone. Elbows 90 degrees. Let's lift up the knees for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. The last pose. Keep the knees wide as you can. Lift up the heels, heels lifted. You're pointing your tippy toes. Arms straight. Let's bounce the heels. 8, 7, 6, 5. You're not bouncing your hips. Julie, don't need to bounce your hips. Only the knees and the heels. That's right. Oh, no hips. 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Let's have a drink of water. After the water break, we're gonna do 3 more. Those are some poses won't cause any knees pain, won't cause any shoulders pain, but strengthening them. Okay, when you're ready, let's come back onto the mat. Gonna keep the hips lifted first. Lift up the hips, beautiful. Let's cross over, pointing. Let's go for 8. Counting a little bit slower. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. Let's flip around. Come to your high plank. Let's point the knees. Let's go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Core strengthening. 3, 2. Shoulders strengthened. And 1. Let's come to standing. Elbows 90 degrees. Let's lift up the knees. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come to bend the knees. Open up the knees. Heels lifted first, and open up the arms. And bounce the heels, the heels up and down, not the hips. Let's go for 8, 7. Good job, Julie, you got it. For 6, 5, 4, 3. Everyone's doing good job. 2, and 1. Let's go back to the first pose. Keep the hips lifted first. Let's go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Gonna flip around. Come to your high plank. Let's bend the knees. Let's go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come to your standing. Elbows 90 degrees. Shoulders down though. That's pointing. Let's go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's keep the legs open, knees bent, heels lifted. Let's keep the arms open, heels up and down. Let's go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're going for our last sequence. Come back to the floor. Keep the hips lifted first. That's nice. Let's go for 8, 7, 6. This is your last one. You guys are doing amazing. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's flip around. Come to your high plank. Let's go for 8. Bend the knees forward. For 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come to your standing. Last sequence. Elbows 90 degrees. Let's point. Let's go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're almost there. Last one here. Open the knees. Let's lift up the heels. Arms open. Heels up and down. Let's go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. You did it. Let's relax the hands. Relax your head. Just breathe. Full of gratitude. toward the intelligence of your body. Gratitude toward the intelligence within. Lots of inner peace. Let's bring the hands onto the hips and slowly lift up. Have a water break. I'm sure everyone's sweating here.